You ever notice how much better life gets when you just focus on you? I mean, come on, man. Life gets way better when you just focus on you. Cause how is this world ran? This world is ran off of attention. Your attention and your time is one of your most important currencies, which is why this is the type of content that I make. I don't ever want to waste any other human being's time, man. I don't want to waste nobody's time. If I'm going to get on this camera, it's to help you evolve. It's to help your spirit evolve, your soul evolve, your mind evolve, your body, your physical body evolve, just everything. That's why we talk about fitness, being purpose driven. We talk about wealth. We talk about financial discipline. We talk about emotional intelligence. We talk about spirituality. We talk about faith, God, talk about the creator, the man above. Like, we talk about all these things because I just want to see people be the best version of themselves. And the reason why is because so much other people, so much other things, there's so much other opportunities for you to just waste your time. It's the number one currency in the world. It's your attention. So when you just focus on you and you focus on self-improvement and self-development, you start to see changes in your life. You start to see your life getting better. It's way better over here. It's way better over here. It is though. It is though, because I'm not worried about drama though. I'm not worried about fitting in somewhere that I don't really care to fit into. You know, I care more about fitting out. Not even so other people can notice me. It's not about that. I care about being myself, and I know if I'm going to be authentic, then naturally that's me fitting out. You know, I don't care to be liked. I don't even care to be loved. Even though I know that love is truth. You know, God is love. Love is the truth, for sure. And I could love people. I could extend my love. I could extend my grace, but I don't have to get the same back from others because I'm fulfilled, because I'm focused on me and I love myself enough. I love myself enough for the both of us. Real talk. I love myself enough to be hated by the world. And that's not the case. You know, people love me. You know, y'all love me. I love y'all. But at the end of the day, we have to love ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. Isn't life better when you do that? You don't have the expectation of other people to love you the way that you want to be loved. You're able to love yourself the way that you want to be loved. Because you have to do that first. How can you ask somebody else to do something, but you're not doing it for yourself? That's why we speak about all the time, self-love being the best love, loving yourself. It's so important. We just have to understand that a lot of people are not going to be who we want them to be. We have to be who we need to be for ourselves first. And that is so important. You know, I don't care to fit in. I just care to focus on me. I just care to focus on me. Because like I've said before, y'all, when you focus on yourself, right? Me focusing on me, that means that I'm focusing on the things that make me me. I'm focusing on the priorities in my life. It doesn't mean that I'm selfishly just in a room, locked in these four walls, just literally worried about myself. No. When you focus on yourself, you think about the things that make you who you are. I wouldn't be who I am today without God. I wouldn't be who I am today without my loved ones. So focusing on me is still pouring in a little bit of time into these areas of my life that need to be nurtured, that makes me the better version of myself, you know. And focusing on me brings me into this inner world. Instead of worrying about the outer world, the materialistic, I'm worried about the inner world, and I'm focused on that instead. And that's so powerful. You have to understand how powerful the inner world is. The inner world changes everything. You know what I'm saying? The inner world will just allow you to be the best version of you. The inner world within makes you understand that you have abundance. You have everything you need. You know, that God particle, the spirit of God, you know, dwells within you, you know, and you are the temple. These sayings, these words, you know, these are truths. And the reason why it's truths is because it's reminding you. It's a ladybug right here. Should I just let the ladybug be? Y'all let me know. I'm trying to bring it into a different area. It don't need to be on my jacket. The inner world makes you appreciate your life, and you don't really need to have a whole bunch of materialistic things. It makes you realize that you're already full. You're already one. It makes you realize that you're already blessed. It makes you realize that you're already living a great life. It makes you appreciate these things. And I'm just letting you know, man, that you are worthy, you are loved, you are blessed. When you focus on yourself, you're able to understand these things. because we look for blessings in the outside world, not realizing how blessed we already are within. We look for people to love us in the outside world, not realizing that God loves us and he dwells within. So if we love ourselves, then everything's good. You know what I'm saying? We look for all these things. We look for approval from the outside world, but you really just need approval from yourself in order to make it happen. You have to tell yourself, I want to be a YouTuber. I will be a YouTuber. I'm going to make it happen. I give myself permission to embarrass myself on my first couple videos. I give myself permission for people to disagree with me. I give myself permission and room to grow, for me to suck on YouTube at first, but then for me to get better over time. And you have to give yourself permission. Once you give yourself permission, you start to see the changes in your life. Are you giving yourself permission? And maybe that'll be the next video, huh? That should be one of the videos I make. You got to give yourself permission. And a lot of times we don't succeed because we don't give ourselves permission. I got to write down that topic before I forget it, y'all. When you get an idea, please write it down. There's so much power in that. You guys wonder how I make video ideas for y'all, and it's through natural conversation. Give yourself permission. It's through me thinking, and there's so many ideas within. I can never run out. I'm connected to the essence. I'm connected to source. I'm connected to the Most High, connected to the Lord. I'm connected to that energy above, so I can never run out of ideas. Point is, right, when you focus on yourself and you love yourself and you're doing the things that you need to do to take your life to the next level, you're not worried about what everybody else has going on. You're just not. It's impossible for you to do that. It's impossible for you to worry about what everybody else has going on in their life. You're more focused about what you have going on in your life. Your cup is filled. And it's beautiful like that, because when somebody does call you in a time of need, or when you do need to help somebody, or if you are just finding yourself in a situation where you run into somebody who might be homeless or who might need a bus ride to get somewhere, and this has happened to me before, and I don't share these stories to amplify my ego, but only to amplify the good deeds that I'm trying to share us to do. I'm inviting us to do it. When you take care of yourself, when you take care of yourself financially, when you take care of your health, when you take care of your mindset, when you take care of your body, when you take care of your soul, you're able to be better for others. Because the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. You just can't. It's very hard to do that. It's significantly difficult to do that. But you can most definitely pour from a cup that is full, or at least focusing on itself, trying to be full. And so you have the money to give to charity. Every time I go out to eat, I make sure I tip generously. My wife's mom, which is also my mom, she works in the food service industry. And when you have these experiences, y'all, you have to understand that, I just see things from a different lens. It's like, okay, I want to give back and I want to tip well, because I have somebody in my family that works in this service, and I know that they mostly get paid from tips. I know how it works, so I'm going to appreciate your service and I'm going to tip you well. And that's also how you realize how connected we are. Like, focusing on yourself and focusing on your loved ones, it sounds like you separating yourself from the world, but it allows you to be better for the world, because you're able to understand just how connected we are and how we could help each other be the best versions of ourselves along this journey that we call life. So I hope that made sense. But I just try to be the best that I could be. And if I wouldn't be able to tip generously, or I wouldn't be able to give back, or I wouldn't be able to help the homeless, or I wouldn't be able to make YouTube videos every single day, I wouldn't be able to make content every day on every single platform that I possibly can. It just wouldn't be possible for me to do the work that I do, that the Lord has called me to do, that God has called me to do, that Source has called me to do. It wouldn't be possible to do this work if I wasn't pouring into myself. That is how important pouring into yourself is. I wouldn't be able to change my life if I wasn't pouring into myself. I wouldn't be able to change somebody else's life if I wasn't pouring into myself. You wouldn't hear this video right now if I wasn't pouring into myself. I have to take care of me, and that allows me to be better for the people out in the world. And so focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's really just, it's a way of life. Just tapping in with you and making sure that you're good. Focusing on yourself is not optional. That's not something that you should be thinking about. Like, oh, I'm thinking, should I focus on myself? It's like, no, you have to focus on yourself. It's not an option. Like, it's a purpose. It's a way of life. You have to make sure that you're doing good. You have to check in on yourself. Like, these things are super important. So I truly hope that this video helps somebody out there. Keep focusing on you. Okay, keep making sure that you're doing good, because that is so important, and it is so underrated in this day and age. You know, we're focused on, you know, we have our attention on so many other things, but if you're not focused on you, life is just going to pass you by, and you're not really going to evolve the best way that you could. You know, why not see yourself reach your full potential? You know, there's something beautiful about that. So I love you. I appreciate you for watching. Make sure you join the chosen ones, you know, to watch exclusive videos that I have never ever posted before on YouTube, and I never will. Okay, so it's only gonna be for the chosen ones. You can get one-on-one help as well over at the chosen ones. I appreciate you for watching. Love you. Peace.